Okay, and then share my screen. Okay, so let me. So can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so actually, yeah, the class has started. I think it is almost 3 weeks, but this is our first week because 2 Wednesdays. I think we there was like no classes. So today is the first class after 3 or 4 weeks, I think. So this is the name of your course is cryptography. Definitely you all know. So the prerequisite is data communication and network. So I think so. Have I think since you are graduate student, all of you have taken that computer network course, right?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you please respond. Okay, that will help all of us actually to continue in the class. So we have like 7 to 10 every Wednesday, and my room number is SEC 934, which is very close to the department office, EC department office, and this is my phone number 01719557 my email address, and the um, office hours. So if you have any questions, so you please call me or send an email to set an appointment so that um, even we can arrange an online meeting or virtual meeting to discuss. Okay, and course summary. So in this course, the course covers basic computer and network security topics, including symmetric and public key cryptography. So we'll learn what is symmetric key cryptography, and public key cryptography, digital signature, hash functions, network security protocols. Okay, and some terms of the terms used in cryptography or network security, such as plain text, cipher text, encryption and decryption techniques, authentication algorithm. Okay, so students will also be able to explain the basic number theory required for cryptographic applications, manually encrypt and decrypt, sign, verify signatures using cryptographic approaches, and a student will be able to identify typical security pitfalls in authentication protocols and outline the protocols. So these are the some authentication header, and these in actually HTTPS or in the application SSL. Okay, and IP security. So these are the the summary or what we will be learning in this course. And in this course, though I will not be following any particular textbook, but you can have this book, William Stallings, like Cryptography and Network Security, a good book. We have copies in the library. You can collect, and there are a lot of other books. So a couple of them are by Mark Stamp, Information Security, then Alfred Menges. This book is available online and free of cost. That means it is open book, free book available online. Then Bruce Shinier, and that is also a good book for applied cryptography. Okay, so there are a lot of books, but you can collect if you want to collect a hard copy. So you can collect the first one, and definitely you can download copies from online for other books. Okay, or any other books you feel comfortable, or if you like if you find it good better. Okay, and definitely I will be giving you the class notes or slides and class recordings, and there are a lot of like tutorials in the YouTube, so you are free to watch and access those videos. Okay, and in terms of marks distribution, we have the class performance 10%, which is basically like attendance and assignment, 5 plus 5, um, and then quizzes. So actually, due to the pandemic, this distribution will be at a little bit different. So for quizzes, it will be like there will be more weight. So 5 plus 5, so this will be 10, attendance and assignment. Then 25 at least on quizzes. So there will be only 3 to 4. I will drop one of them. Then one midterm. So 25. So that is uh, what midterm. So 50-50. Then 60. Then 30 is the final, and 10 is the viva. Okay, for the time being. Or what I can, so this is the tentative outline, or what I can do, 5% is the attendance and 10% is the assignment and 25% in the final. Okay, so 3 into 25, 30, that means 75, 80, and 10 plus 10, 80, 20. So 80 plus 20 is uh, okay, so this is 5, 10, 25, 25, 25, 25, 10, and y is 10. Okay, so 100. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so so this is the outline. And do you have any question from this outline? Hello.
Sir, I
Yes.
have a question.
Yes.
Will you provide the YouTube links to us, or is there any kind of channel for that?
Okay, I will not be like giving any YouTube link. Okay, I will show you couple of videos from YouTube, but you need to find like whichever you find it better or feel better. You can watch. Okay, there are a lot of videos, even course video from MIT and other universities. So it's up to you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any other question?
No.
Okay. So let us. So this is the course outline, and today. So let us start with the first slide, the introduction to cyber security. So in this slide, we will be like learning some very like early or very introductory terminologies used in cyber security or computer and network security. So let us start. Okay, if you don't have any question. So because there are only 12 students, actually the undergrad students are absent due to like they already have done that this class. So so in this course, or whatever, actually what we understand by cyber security is that there are two terms. One is computer security or device security, and another is the network security. So the name of this course, sometimes it is known as uh, computer network security. Okay, computer network security, or computer and network security. Okay, computer and network security, which is more appropriate, because computer security and network security, they are different thing. Okay, computer and network security. Okay, so So in computer security, so the security of computers against intruders, okay, or hackers, and from malicious software applications like worms, the viruses, okay. So those are the things. So, and the network security, use of cryptographic algorithm in network protocols and network applications, so that when we send messages from one point to another point or from one computer to another device, so if somebody gets a copy of the data or message, they won't be able to recover the meaning or the recover the text or messages from that data. Okay, so that is the network security. That means when you send something, so that can be like accessible to our, like, to the attackers, okay, or third parties. So if they get a copy of that, so they won't be able to recover the meaning or get the meaning. Okay, so that is the network security. And then mutual trust. Okay, so techniques and algorithms for providing mutual trust in two main areas. The first is that key management and distribution deals with establishing trust in the encryption keys used between two communicating parties. Okay, so from government or authorized organizations or agency, we need to collect keys, okay, for encryption. Okay, so in public key cryptography, we need to take or collect, okay, or some government organizations, they assign a key, okay, and distribute keys. So that purpose, we need to trust these entities or organizations, right? If they are corrupt, then everything will be corrupted, right? So we need to trust these organizations. Then the second one is user authentication, deals with establishing trust in the identity of a communicating partner, right? So when you want to perform something in another system, say for example, you want to access an ATM machine, or you want to access a bank account over internet, so you need to you need to identify yourself. Okay, you need to build trust, say by providing by presenting the ATM card and also the pin, or if it is over the internet, you need to submit, say, user ID and then password, right? And even a lot of other things if it is required, okay, or say one time password. So that is the, like, how to establish trust. That is the second part. First part is that we need to establish trust with certain entities or organizations, so that we can use some cryptographic algorithms. Okay, so these are the three things: computer security, network security, and mutual trust. And in this course, we will be learning a number of cryptographic algorithm. So the first one is, like, in the very beginning, it is the symmetric encryption, and the second one is the asymmetric encryption, which is basically the public key cryptography. So that's the name is different, public key cryptography. Then cryptographic hash functions, with related topics of message authentication codes and digital signatures. Okay, so using public key cryptography, using all these, actually number one, number two, and number three, we make a digital signature. Okay, digital signature. And using the hash function, we have message authentication code, okay, or MAC, message authentication code. Okay, so these are the different categories of cryptographic algorithm we will be learning or we will be discussing in this course. Any question? Hello.
Sir,
Yes.
I actually have a query regarding the mutual trust. I did not understand that part
Hmm.
very
Okay,
well.
so one thing is, say you want to withdraw some money from the ATM machine, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, so if the bank wants to give you money, that means you need to trust each other. That means you need to trust the bank. That means the ATM machine, and also the bank must trust you, right? That is, both parties must establish trust before performing any, say, sensitive, or you can say what, like important transaction or task, right? If you want to perform critical, important, or sensitive task, right? Because that is a financial transaction, that means it is very sensitive, right? So we must trust each other. Now, so in Bangladesh, or in say banking situation, we don't uh, say raise suspicion about the ATM machines, right? Because why? Because there are certain booth, ATM booth, and then there are certain people are there, or there are brand marketing, like there are signboard, this and that, and then they have the ATM booth, right? But in say North America, it's not like that. They put ATM machine in different the buildings or corporate office, or even in the grocery stores. Okay, so there is no a particular space for or demarcation for the ATM machine. So you also need to be sure that okay, this is the genuine ATM machine, and there are a number of fraudulent cases for due to this. Okay, so in Bangladesh, definitely when you go there, so it becomes one-way authentication. That means the ATM machine, or or the other way, the bank basically um, authenticate you, or you need to establish trust by supplying the ATM card, and also by supplying the PIN, right? So that is how you establish trust between you and the bank, right? Hello.
Right, sir.
So the trust is actually can be mutual, or both way trust, or okay, it is actually called the both way. So for example, if you are two friends, that means you don't need to authenticate each other, right? Because you are friends, you know each other for the last couple of years, so you don't need to like produce anything, so that you can establish, you need to make a transaction, right? And one way trust is, that is, one party is not trusting another person. We trust the ATM machines, but the ATM machines do not trust us, right? We need to verify ourselves, right? We need to authenticate ourselves by producing the the ATM card and PIN, right?
Yes.
So, and another one is called the mutually suspicious. Okay, mutually suspicious. That means both party trust each other, one party trust other, and mutual trust suspicion means nobody trust each other. Okay. So for example, you have bought a product from online, or say old product from a person. So, and he actually um, came to a place to give you the product. Okay, so when you meet somewhere on the street, or in a location, so you need to identify yourself, right? Say by making a missed call, right? So that you understand, okay, this is the right the like seller, right? So there are some mutually suspicious situation also. Okay, so both way trust, one way trust, and mutually suspicious parties should can be there. Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, sir.
So in the first one, say if you want to buy a public key certificate, or say a certificate from the government of Bangladesh, so there is a certifying agency, okay, certifying authority, basically CCA, okay, which is situated in like ICT division in Agargaon, and they have a number of, I think, 7 or 8 organizations. They have given them the authority to distribute the keys. Okay, So what is a public key? I will tell you, we will discuss later on. But for the time being, what I am trying to say, there are some organizations definitely nominated by the government or such agencies who actually distribute some keys, and as a user or as a public, we need to trust those organizations. Okay, we need to trust those organizations, and somehow if those organizations are compromised, then actually everything will be gone. Okay, so if the trust of those organizations are compromised, so everything will be destroyed. Okay,
Yes, sir.
any other question? Any
No,
other
sir.
question? Okay. So now, so what we have discussed: network security, computer security, trust, and some algorithms. Okay, let me just take the call because some students may call. Okay, the undergrad students, they are waiting in another room. Okay, so let me give them the uh, link. I don't know why. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so let them join, because but they have already attended this class with section 1. Okay, so threat and attack. So a threat in the context of computer security refers to anything that has the potential to cause serious harm to a computer system. Okay, so a threat is just like a has the potential to cause harm. Okay, it did not cause harm, but it has the potential to cause harm. Okay, so that is the threat. So a threat is something that may or may not happen but has the potential. But an attack is an assault on system security that derives from an intelligent threat. Okay, so from the threat, an assault on the system security, okay, derives from an intelligent threat. That is an intelligent act, that is a deliberate attempt to evade security services and violate the security policy of a system. Okay, so the basic thing is, so it somehow intrude the system and violate the security policy. Okay, so security policy is that if you are not an authentic like valid user or genuine user, you should not enter into the system, or you should not say make transactions, right? So that is the security policy. But if you somehow enter into the system or intrude into the system, so that is like the violation of the security policy. Okay, so let me just so for undergrad students, most of you uh, you are actually you attend the first class, so you don't need to so who attended the first class with section 1, you don't need to actually attend this class. Okay, that will be the repetition. So you can leave and you can join the next class. Okay, hello.
স্যার এই লিংকটা কই থেকে আসলো? মানে আমাদের ক্যানভাসে স্যার এই লিংকটা ছিল না, আমরা অন্য একটা মিট লিংকে ছিলাম স্যার।
Okay,
সেকশন
in 5612 actually I have this like a link and I joined, but somehow for some reason basically the IT department, they asked us to create the class link again. So maybe I created the class link, but I forgot to upload, since there was no student in section 2 earlier, so I did not upload it here in the like in the section 2 of 493. Okay, so that is my mistake. So that's why there are two class link in two different sections. In 4932 there is one class link, and 561 there is another link. Okay,
ওকে স্যার।
that is my mistake. Okay, but for all of you who attended the first class, you are done, so you can join from the next class. Okay,
অ্যাটেন্ডেন্সটা আপনি দিয়ে দিন স্যার তারপর।
আচ্ছা আমি অ্যাটেন্ডেন্সটা এখনই একটু নিয়ে নি তাহলে, ঠিক আছে? that will be
জি জি
Okay, sir.
that will be good. আনালে আবার কনফিউশন ক্রিয়েট হবে, এবং I am sorry for that. একটু যে প্রথম ক্লাসে হচ্ছে, আশা hopefully from the next class there will be no issues. Okay, so this is 493. So Humayra Hussain Anonna, are you there?
Present, sir.
Okay, so you were there in the first class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, then you can leave. Then Arifud Jaman,
Okay, sir.
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার।
you were there, I know. And then Tasbiul Hassan, absent. Then Jahid Hassan Jewel,
Present, sir.
then Abul Kalam,
Present, sir.
Onik Kumar Mojumdar,
Present, sir.
then Ilham Reza Momen, absent. Then Kaji Musaddekur,
Present, sir.
then SM Atikur Rahman,
Present, sir.
then Pranab Kumar Roy,
Present, sir.
Shahriyar Haq Shatil, absent. Then Shihabur Rahman Shomrat,
Present, sir.
then Parisa Sanjana,
Present, sir.
someone, okay, Shatil is there. Then Warsi Omrao Khan,
Present, sir.
then Abu Noman Siddiq.
Present, sir.
Okay, so you are done for today. I think who are present in the first class, so you can leave, and then I will continue with the graduate students. So I will take the attendance of the graduate students later on. Okay, we are not in a hurry, so it's okay. So
স্যার আমাদের ক্লাস রেকর্ডটা আপলোড করা হবে তাই না?
কোনটার প্রথম ক্লাসে?
স্যার আজকের ক্লাসটার বা ফার্স্ট ইয়ার সেকশনে যেটা হয়েছিল
ওইটা তো তোমার ফার্স্ট ওই সেকশনে হয়েছিল, সো ওইটা তো তোমরা আর পাবে না। আজকের ক্লাসটা আমি আপলোড করব আর কি, ঠিক আছে? ওকে,
ওকে স্যার।
So this is our first class for section 2.
this is the first class for section 2. So whoever attended the first class with section 1, so you can leave. Okay, Tasbiul Hassan,
sir.
so did you were you there in the first class?
নো স্যার, আমি ফার্স্ট ক্লাস
you
ছিলাম
please-
না। আমি
okay.
স্যার এই সেকশনের এটা স্যার ফার্স্ট ক্লাস।
Okay, so you please stay with us. Okay,
ওকে স্যার।
okay.
স্যার আমি অ্যাটেন্ডেন্সটা মিস করেছি।
কি নাম তোমার?
তাসবিউল হাসান।
আচ্ছা,
স্যার আমিও অ্যাটেন্ডেন্সটা মিস করেছি।
কি নাম?
স্যার দিন মোহাম্মদ জুবায়ের।
but your name is not there. Let me check.
562 এর maybe.
Okay, Tasbiul Hassan. Okay, I think Zubair, you are from 561 section 2, right?
Yes, sir.
I have not yet taken the attendance for you. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
I will take it later on. Okay, so I think we should start the discussion, and again, so the undergraduate students who attended the first class with the section 1, you may leave. Okay. Okay, so threat and attack. Threat means that has not attacked yet but has the potential to attack, okay, or cause serious harm. An attack is when actually it actually may actually create or intrude a system, okay, so that is the attack. So who or what sits in the playfield, that is what are the components or I am the parties there involved there. So that is the computers, networks, and the users. Okay, we should say users, the naive users and the smart users. Okay, some users are naive, and then some users are very smart. And the players are the attackers. There are black hackers who actually cause harm, and the white hacker without like any particular intention. And the defenders are, that is, who try to protect the system. So system administrators, the programmers, application programmers, and the smart users basically. Okay, so the smart users, they take measures to protect systems. Okay, so you please stop me if you have any questions. So I will try to answer, or I will try to discuss further. Now there are two types of attacks. One is the passive attack and another is the active attack. So what is a passive attack? So a passive attack attempts to learn or make use of information from the system but does not affect the system resources. So for example, you are uh, sending a message from one point to another point, but the third party or the attacker, they have got a copy of that message. Okay, it did not collect the message or did not pick the letter. Okay, just it obtains a copy of the message or the data. Okay, so that these communicating parties, they don't understand, or they are unaware that someone has got a copy of what they are communicating. So you got the point. So it does not affect the system resource, everything remains the same, but somehow the attackers get a copy of the information or data. Okay, and it is very difficult to detect because there is no change in the system. Okay, so eavesdropping, that is when you collect something, or monitoring the system, or so whom you are communicating, where you are communicating with Australia, or you are communicating with Singapore, or you are communicating with say US, Canada. Okay, so by monitoring the traffic, you can you can extract information about a certain device or certain users, or you can do the traffic analysis, what type of traffic they are exchanging. Okay, so you see, so this guy Dart reads content of the message from Bob to Alice. So these are like the common character when we describe a system. Okay, so Alice, Bob, Dart, Mallory. Okay, Trent, when it is a trusted party, we call them Trent. Okay, when it is a malicious party, then we call them Mallory. Okay, so there are a lot of characters we will see here in this course, and they are used to describe any cryptographic algorithm or system. So any question about the passive attack? No.
No, sir.
Active attack, as you can understand from the name, so an active attack attempts to alter system resources or affect their operation. Okay, so for example, they have obtained your password, and by entering your account, they transfer some money, right? That means they affect the system operation. All right, so they have changed the system parameters of data, and they make changes in the system. So active attacks involve some modification of the data stream or creation of the false stream, right? So it can change a message, say it can flip the bits inside a message, okay, or creation of a false string, or can be subdivided into 4 categories, and we will see that later on, okay. Masquerade, replay attack, modification of messages, or denial of service, okay. So these are the active attack. Now the levels of impact. So when there is an attack, so what is the impact? So it is the low, moderate, and high. In terms of, there are 4 terms like degradation in mission capability to an extent, and duration that the organization is, that means if the degradation is low, so it can able to perform its primary functions, that means it is the low impact is low, but able to perform its primary function, but effectiveness of the function is significantly reduced. So for example, your um, say advising system and north-south advising system. So due to some attack, so if you can still add courses to your system, but somehow it takes some delay. It gets it gets more it takes more time. So okay, that is tolerable, and that is the low impact, okay. But if delay is very high, or if you cannot say log in, see, you need to try a couple of times, 5-6 times to log into the system. So that is the, like, and delay is very high to add a code, that is the moderate impact, and not able to perform one or more of its primary function, so that impact is very high, okay. So for example, say Facebook was down for certain hours, or say if the bank operations is stopped for certain hour, then a lot of there is a huge financial impact, right? So, and then damage to organizational asset, so minor, then the impact is low, significant impact is moderate, and then measure is the high. The financial loss same, then harm to individuals due to fire and other things, so there could be harm to individuals, so minor. Does not involve loss of life, serious or life-threatening injuries, so that is moderate. But if it is, there is a life-threatening injuries, so the impact is high. Then the security mechanism, okay. So security mechanism are made of cryptographic tools, like features designed to detect, okay, the security mechanism is a feature designed to detect, prevent, or recover from a security attack, okay. So that means we need to prevent attack, we need to, so if we can prevent attack, so that is good. If you cannot prevent, then there will be attack, so we must detect an attack, and if we can detect an attack, we must be able to recover from that attack, okay. That means the changes made by the attacker, we should be able to revert those changes, okay. So that is the purpose of security mechanism. So no single mechanism that will support all services required, okay. That is, there are a lot of requirements, so one security mechanism does not serve all the security requirements or services, security services. Then however, one particular element underlies many of the security mechanism, that means the security mechanisms are built using the cryptographic tools, okay, cryptographic tools. So what are the security mechanisms? Encipherment, digital signature, access control, data integrity, authentication exchange, traffic padding, routing control, and notarization, okay. So these are the security mechanism. Then the passive security mechanism, which are not, okay, it is mentioned there, so which are not directly like the passive security mechanism is not is the mechanism not directly related to any particular service of security, okay. So these are, you see from the example, you can see that security levels, say for example, you don't cross this line, okay, or so this is a confidential file, so you should not access this file, Okay, security audit trails. Say if you want to recover from an attack, so you must examine the security audit trail so that you can revert, or you can like modify the changes made by the attackers. Okay, so this is not a security service itself, but using this you can recover from the attack. Okay, hello.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, then okay, let us okay, now challenges of making a system secure. Okay, so there are a number of challenges, but I will mention 2-3 of them. The first one is it is very difficult to convince the management to spend money on security, like to implement security mechanism or to implement security services. Okay, because until or unless there is an attack on the system, the management does not understand the importance of the security measures, because they think that okay, without any security measures, without any money expense, the system is running smoothly. Why should I use thousands of dollars or millions of dollars for the security things? Okay, hello. So it is very difficult to convince the management. Okay, and then second thing is it is written in the red letter, that in developing a particular security mechanism or algorithm, one must always consider potential attack on those security features. Say to protect a system, you have implemented a security service or okay. Now some attacker, using some weakness of your security mechanism, can attack the system, or can penetrate the system, or can intrude the system, right? So that is very dangerous. Say for example, to prevent stealing from your house, so you can use a lock. But if somehow a thief can make hold of the lock or key, or has a master key to open the lock, then everything is gone, right? So you think that okay, my house is secure. I have put it in under lock and key, but a thief having a master key will be able to enter into the house, right? So that is what actually it is saying, that we must be very careful in developing a security system or mechanism, because using the weakness of the mechanism, the attacker can intrude the system, can penetrate the system. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay, so that is another red one. And one more thing is many users, it will be a strong security as an impedance to efficient and user-friendly operation. Okay, you see, many users and even security administrators view a strong security as an impediment to efficient and user-friendly operation of an information or use of information. So, for example, if you want to introduce two-factor authorization, say for example, for my credit card, if I want to make an online transaction, so I always need to use a hardware token, and I need to enter the number from the hardware token, right? So that is the security mechanism we implemented. But the problem is, say if I am not at home, so if I want to make a transaction, online transaction from office or from somewhere else, so while I am traveling, and if I don't take the hardware token with me, I am not able to, I cannot make transactions. Okay, I cannot make transaction using my credit card, right? So that is a like impediment to efficient and user friendly operations, right? Sometimes you need to provide the OTP, so you need to wait for the OTP, and then you need to input the OTP. So that is also time consuming, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
okay, so And in open system interconnection like OSI, so there are like it gives us a systematic framework for defining security attacks, security mechanisms, and security services. Okay, so security attack means as you have seen that passive or active attack, and we need um, like using the mechanism we implement or we design security services. Okay, security services use one or more security mechanisms. Okay, so security attacks, I already mentioned this, I don't need to. Okay, so these are already discussed. Okay, so for authentication we will be using some of this security mechanism. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so these are the two documents, authoritative documents, or solely these are only two documents available. One is by International Telecommunication Union, X800, Security Architecture for OSI, Open System Interconnection, and another is the RFC 2828. So that is by actually a Internet Engineering Task Force. Okay. Okay, it is also mentioned here. Okay, so Internet Engineering Task Force. So the two organizations, one is the International Telecommunication Union, and another is the Internet Engineering Task Force. So the both organizations, they are the most highest body for making standards of internet and for telecommunication. So they have produced or these papers or developed these papers for security. And like you see, the X800 is used to define general security related architectural elements needed when protection of communication between open systems is required. Okay, and RFC 82828 is a bunch of internet glossaries, where 818 X800 is security architecture for open system interconnections. Okay, so but both documents are necessary for the security professionals. Now, what are the security requirements? Okay, so there are three primary security requirements: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Okay, that is to secure a system, or we want, if we want to achieve we need to make a system secure. So we need to achieve this these three requirements. Confidentiality. Okay, confidentiality means like assures that private or confidential information is not made available or disclosed to unauthorized individuals. Okay, so if some information is public, so that is fine. But if somebody wants to make some data or information confidential, then that must not be disclosed to unauthorized individuals. So that is the data confidentiality. Okay, confidentiality or secrecy. Okay, data secrecy. And what is privacy? Assures that individuals control and influence what information related to them may be collected, stored, and shared. Okay, so privacy means your personal information, say your date of birth, your credit card number, your NID number, or your bank account number, or whatever it is, or your disease information, or your tax information, whatever. So you must know, or you must have control that who can collect those information from you, right? The different organizations, even the retail shop, retail store, they collect your credit card information, right? But there must be, if someone collects information, sensitive information, or individual information, there must be certain guidelines or certain rules how to collect information, what information you can collect and what information you cannot collect, and how to store the information securely. And you must inform the owner of the data from whom you will be sharing the data. Okay, so in developed country, when some organization collects information from you, They also mentioned that if the government or any government regulatory authority wants those information, they are bound to share that information. That is, they will tell you that to whom they will be sharing the information. Okay, so that you understand and you can decide whether to share the information or not. Okay, so that is the privacy. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Then the integrity. So there are two types of integrity. The first one is the data integrity. So data confidentiality means it will not be in hand of unauthorized users or individuals. Okay. If a person is authorized or the expected users, definitely he or she will have the data. So, but if she is not intended for that data, then he or she will not be able to like get hold of that data or can recover the data or can decode the data. Okay, cannot access the data. What is data integrity? Integrity means the data must be intact. So what is sent by the sender should be should reach the receiver in original form or original format. Okay, it should not be modified, altered, changed. Okay, or it should not be subject to addition or deletion. Okay, so that is called the data integrity. That is, data is intact. Okay, it has not been changed or modified. Same thing, the system integrity, so assures that a system performs its intended function in an unimpaired manner. Okay, so for example, you have added two courses, but somehow it is showing say for 50,000 taka. Okay, so say for example, let me show you let me tell you one story. Say sometimes there are some hackers who make very micro transaction in on your credit card. Okay, say $1 or 50 cents or 25 cents, something like that. Okay, $1, $2. So most of the credit card owners, they don't bother. Maybe they said, okay, somewhere I spend this amount, the $5, $10 or $1. But if you think of, so if they make that transaction from thousands or millions of users, they will make millions of dollars, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is the system integrity. The system should not be, so should act in an unimpaired manner and in a genuine like form. Okay, or okay, free from deliberate or inadvertent or unauthorized manipulation of the system. Okay.
Sir, if the hacker, if they like hack a very small amount from us that we hardly can notice,
Hmm.
will that attack be recognized as passive attack?
No. That will be active because it is making change, right? In the
Okay. Yeah,
system.
yeah.
That definitely
It
it is
is.
active attack. He is taking money out of your account. So definitely it is an active attack, right?
Yeah, sure. And sir, the two documents you talked about, X800 and things like, and I think RF
Wait to
something.
wait. Yeah.
Yeah. What do we do with that account documents?
No, you don't need to. You can have a look, but you don't need to go through because it's a huge document. So this is just to let you know that. So these are the only two documents, authorized document available for security personnel. Okay.
Okay.
And you need to know that, right? Since you are the student of this course, you must know like what are the standards and what are the documents for security. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now the third was so confidentiality or secrecy, then integrity, then the availability. Okay, sometimes um, uh, the attackers make the system unavailable to the legitimate users. Okay, so that is also like an outcome of an attack. So say for advising system, due to some attack, your advising server becomes unavailable or you cannot perform the advising, right? So availability, that is keeping the system or keeping the servers available to the users, or providing the service, providing the service to the legitimate users all the time, or making the service available to the legitimate users or genuine users all the time, that is called the availability. Say for example, I give this example. Say in your advising system, say there are say 2000 or 1000 valid or genuine NSU students. Okay, now from other universities or from other organizations, say 5000 people, they are trying to log in with this it's a valid NID, NSU ID, because we know the NSU, what is the format of the NSU ID, right? But they don't know the password, right? Definitely they don't know the password, but they provide some garbage passwords, A B C D X Y Z. But what will happen, your advising server will try to recognize them, or they will try to check whether the username and passwords are okay or not, right? And that will make the or keep the server busy, right, to identify whether it is a valid user or not, right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
so to check or to authenticate those users, fake users, it may be unable to provide service to the legitimate or genuine users or genuine students, right? So that is called the denial of service attack. Okay, that means it is a server is denying service to a legitimate or genuine users. Okay. So is the one another requirement for security is the system must be available to the user to provide service. That means the purpose of the security personnel or professionals, or objective of the security professionals, to keep the system available for the valid users. Okay, and they should take measures to keep the data intact, to keep the system intact. Okay.
Okay.
So these are called the CIA triads: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Okay. And there are some additional requirements later on added to the requirement, security requirement, which are called the authenticity and the accountability. Okay. Authenticity means like to authenticate someone. So the property of being genuine and being able to be verified and trusted. Okay, say for example, using the ATM card and the PIN number, right, or username and password. Okay, so the confidence in the validity of a transmission, a message or message originator. Okay, say and when you send an email, so somehow you can make sure or you can show that, okay, this is the valid or the right one, or the bona fide the sender. Okay, this is the John Willis or something like that. Okay, that is somehow he can prove that, okay, this is that person. Okay, authenticity. Or you can say that, okay, I am the account holder by providing the ATM card and by providing the PIN. Okay, so that is called the authenticity. And what is accountability? So if you perform a task, or if you perform an operation on a system, so somehow there must be a mechanism so that the system people or the system administrator, they will be able to track you or trace you down, that, okay, you have made this transaction or you have performed this operation in the system, and you are accountable for that operations. Okay, that is called the accountability. The security goal that generates the requirement for an action of an entity to be traced uniquely to that entity. That means you are accountable for your action. Hello?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the security services: authentication service, access control service, so prevention of an unauthorized use of resource. Okay, then data confidentiality, The protection of data from unauthorized disclosure. Data integrity, again, it is also a protection of data, but not from disclosure. It is to protect it from like modification or deletion of data, okay, or addition of data. That is change in data. The data must be intact. Assurance that data received is sent by the authorized entity. মানে তুমি যেটা পাঠিয়েছিল, you have got that one, nothing else. Then the non-repudiation. And then availability. Availability already mentioned, discussed. Now let me tell you what is non-repudiation. Non-repudiation means, say if I send you an email, okay, say if I ask you someone from you, say if I ask you to give say 500 taka to someone else, say another student, so I send you an email. Now in the next class, when you tell me, okay, sir, you told me to give him 500 taka, now you please give me my money back. Now if I said, look, I did not send any email to you, why did you give him 500 taka, right? So non-repudiation means there are some proofs that I cannot deny that I have not sent an email. So the receiver must have some mechanism so that the sender cannot deny of that particular fact. Okay? So you see, the non-repudiation means the protection against denial by one of the parties in a communication. Hello?
Understood,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So these are the security services, only 6 of them. Authentication, availability. These are the authentication, availability, and access control. These are the 3. Then data confidentiality, data integrity, okay, and then non-repudiation. Okay. So how many students are there in the class? Only 16. Okay. Now the confidentiality. I think it is already mentioned. I don't need to repeat again, right? So ability to keep information communicated between authorized parties private. That means if they are talking, only the conversation should be in between 2 of them. Okay. Observer should not be able to recover the information. Observer, so someone see them to communicate. He or she should not be able to recover the information. In a stronger sense of confidentiality, an observer cannot determine that the parties involved or whether a communication session has occurred. That means the communication should be taken in such a manner that the attacker even cannot determine that a communication has been done. মানে communication ওরা যে কথা বলছে অথবা তারা যে data exchange করেছে, even the attacker may not detect that. Okay, this is also important. Say for example, in a cantonment, okay, see if the enemy party, they can observe or detect that, okay, some in the middle of a night and they are busy with communicating with some other parties. Okay, that is the from that clue the enemy can gather some information from other sources. Okay, so in a stronger sense of confidentiality or secrecy, the attacker should not be able to know whether there is any communication took place or not. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Then user authentication, I already mentioned that mutually trusting, one way, both way trusting or mutually trusting, one way authentication, and then mutually suspicious. Okay, so that example of ATM booth I already have given. I don't want to mention it. Okay, so mutually trusting means you don't need to prove yourself that, okay, you are the trusted party, right? Say for example, family members or the friends, so they are mutually trusting parties. One way authentication means one party is trusting but other party is not trusting, like that, say ATM booth. So you are trusting, you are not, say, examining the ATM booth whether it is a genuine ATM booth or not, right? But
Yes.
without giving the ATM card and without giving the PIN, it is not disbursing any money to you, right? That means it will authenticate you first, then it will give you it will allow you to perform like operations, right? And mutually suspicious means both party must prove, okay, to each other, okay, so that they become authenticate, okay, they become trusted, okay. That means I already mentioned to say by using a missed call they can authenticate each other, right? So okay, you give me a missed call, so they understand that okay, they are communicating because they have the same, he has received a call from the same phone number, okay. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so data integrity already mentioned a lot of times. I think this is fine. Non-repudiation already mentioned, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, so these are the like security services or cryptographic services. Okay, security services. Now, the security cryptographic tools. Okay, what are the cryptographic tools? So the tools are encryption, decryption, message authentication, codes or hashing, and digital signature. Now, these services are built or designed based on these or using these tools, okay. So what is encryption and decryption? In very simple form. So you have a plain text M denoted by M. Plain text means that everybody can read what is there, okay. The plain text, anybody can read the text, that is called the plain text. So it is denoted by M. So if you want to, so in encryption what is done, so you apply a function using a key, okay, using a key K, the symbol is K. You perform an operation. There are two parameters, one is the plain text and another is the key. That operation produces the cipher text. That means, say for example, north south. So this is the plain text M, and you are say using a key, say for example 8256 BH, say for example. Now by performing an operation you have got something like this, a P S A M Q R D C, for example. The north south becomes these letters. So this is called the cipher text, which is mentioned by or denoted by C. Okay, cipher text, which is you cannot from the cipher text you cannot produce the plain text if you don't know the key. Okay, so this is called the encryption process. Encryption process. So you convert the plain text into a cipher text so that nobody can recover the meaning of that cipher text. Hello.
Understood, sir.
Sir, understand, sir.
Okay. Now, what is the decryption is the opposite process. So at the receiver side gets receives the cipher text, and using an operation which is called the decryption and a key, he or she can produce the original message or the M. Okay, M, that is the plain text, north south, right? So this is the decryption. Okay, so encryption and decryption. Any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Now the second one is the okay. Now what is the security requirement of encryption decryption? So okay, we will take a break. So I think okay, I think I have made him. So I think you need to pray. Like you need to pray. What is the last time to pray? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
It will be helpful if you can give us spare us for 10 minutes or 15 minutes.
So is it okay? So if we have a break at 9 and then 9 p.m. and then we'll be back at 9:10. Is it fine, or you need 15 minutes
Yeah,
break?
it will be fine, sir.
Okay. So we'll take a break at 9 o'clock. Please remind me, okay, when it is 9 o'clock.
Okay, sir.
Now, the security requirement for like the encryption decryption is that it should be computationally infeasible for an observer or an attacker C observer of C. So it should be infeasible for an observer or attacker of C to recover either M or K. Okay, so the observer or the attacker will get a copy of C, right? Because they from M they have produced C through encryption. So the receiver from C, he or she will produce M using decryption process. Now, if someone gets C, an observer should not be able to recover either M from C or K. That is the key used in the encryption or decryption should not be able to recover K or M. Hello, in a reasonable amount of time. He may take 100 years or 200 years to recover, but that will not be of any help, right? Could be like reasonable time. Okay, what will happen if the attacker can recover M from C, and what will happen if the attacker can get K from C? What is the implication?
Sir, if the attacker gets the K, I mean the key, it means that he will get all the future messages as well.
Okay, very good. Okay, so if the attacker gets M, so that means he will get only one copy. But if he gets K, he will be getting every copies of C, right? The subsequent copies of C, right? Hello.
Right, sir.
Okay. Now, message authentication or hashing. This function allows the detection of any modification of the plain text of the message. That means if you send, say, 1 gigabyte of data to the receiver and an attacker out of 1 gigabits, say only one bit, say he has changed one bit 1 to say 0. So even 1 bit out of 1 gigabits, a receiver will be able to detect this change. So that may be due to the attacker, or maybe say natural during the communication. Sometimes the bits are flipped. Okay, bits are flipped. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So it is so we will see like how it is done. So it is usually a digest called message digest or digest of the message, created in such a way that as little as 1 bit change in the message will produce unpredictable change in the 50% of the bits or characters of the digest. Say out of the 1 gigabyte, say a digest of say 256 bit have been produced. Now, after receiving the 1 gigabyte, the receiver will produce the same 256 bit digest. Now, if only one bit is changed in the original file, 128 bits will be changed from this. Okay, you see how sensitive it is. So if they are intact, if the data is intact, you will get the same digest. Then you can be sure that you have received the intact data. Hello.
Sir, so this authentication 256, will we send this along with the packet, data packet, right?
Actually,
I mean, where is this
yeah,
comparison happening?
I understand your point. So let me show you just a practical example. Say, okay, you see, verify your download. Okay. So you will, for every like this kind of big download or big file, they provide the digest, message digest. Okay. So after downloading, by running some application, okay, by running some application, you see these are the application. So by running some application, say SHA 256 or MD5 sum or SHA 256 sum, so you can produce the same digest and then you compare. If the digest are same, let me see the, okay, sometimes the SHA 56 code is given, okay, but somehow I don't see the file. Okay. You see the SHA 256 sum.txt and SHA 256 are these.
Yes, sir.
So you download this file, and then you by running an application, they have mentioned those applications here. By running those applications, you produce the same code digest, and if the digest are same, then you can be sure that okay, the file is intact, even not one bit has been changed. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now we will be discussing in detail like how to produce this and that later on when we discuss uh, like the message integrity or message authentication code or hashing. Okay, so let us take a break for 10 minutes and we will continue from here. Okay, and I should stop the recording and then you remind me please to start the recording again when we come back. Okay.
Okay.
Hello everybody, let us start again. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now say for message authentication code, so if you have a file with say one gigabyte, say this file generates say a digest say H, okay, or say D, say digest D1. Now if you take another file, okay, another file, maybe it is 1 gigabyte or around that amount. So if you can produce the same D1, then what will happen? The receiver will not be able to detect, right? Because so this is
Sir, sir,
yes,
can you please repeat it again?
yes. Say for example, the sender has sent this file 1 gigabyte file to the receiver, but somehow uh, this file has been changed by the attacker, and both of them, this file chosen by the attacker such that it produces the same digest like the original file. Okay, hello.
Okay.
So the receiver will not be able to detect the the modification or this change of file, because after downloading F, the receiver will generate the digest, and it will get the here the receiver will get D1, right?
Yes.
So from the sender, receiver also get D1. That means the digest are same. The receiver will not be able to detect the change, right? Or detect this problem, right?
Yes. Okay.
So, but to find another file that generates D1 is not possible, or very difficult to find, okay? And we will see that later on. It is not possible, or it is very difficult computationally to get, say, this, to get another file, which produces the same digest, okay? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So that is called in the next slide, so that is called the hash collision, okay?
Okay, sir.
The collision of hash, okay? Hash value collision. Uh, Two messages are producing the same hash value, okay? If this can happen, then actually we cannot use that hash value or that hash function, okay? We cannot use the hash value to check the integrity of message if this is possible. If this is possible, the two messages, they generate the same hash function, okay? Now the signature. Digital signature is the ability to prove to an independent third party at a later date that the author and content of the message um, is that means the receiver can prove that the who is the author of the email or the message, and the content of the message, okay? So it is like the non-repudiation. So when a receiver receives a message, he or she will be able to say who is the author of the message and what is the content of the message. Say for example, like, see, if I say give 500 taka to Korim, I cannot say next day that okay, I did not tell you to send 500. I asked you, or I told you to send only 200 taka to Korim, right? But you cannot do that, because the receiver will prove somehow that you mentioned 500, not 200, okay? So the author, you have sent the message and the content of the message was this, okay? That is the non-repudiation part. using digital signature. Hello.
Sir, is it like we get transaction messages and transaction alerts, things like that?
No, it's not like that.
Okay.
It is not like that. Okay, it is totally different. Okay, and we will see that later on.
Sir, can you elaborate more about digital signatures?
Okay, so in digital signature, say you are sending, say please give taka 500 to Corinne. Okay, so and this is from say John at the rate of say gmail.com or say John Smith. So let us forget about um, email address. Okay, so John Smith. Now this so at the John's part or end or side, John's side, it produces a hash value. Okay, hash value 1, and it encrypts the message with John's private key. Okay, private key of John. Okay, private key of John. Okay, and it decrypts the, so it generates a hash value, and so hash value is there. Okay, and so this whole message is decrypted, is encrypted with the key John. Sorry, let me, at first it will be encrypted with sorry, let me explain it again. So this is the message, and this is the John, this is the key. Okay, this is the key. Now this message is encrypted by this key, this symmetric key. Okay, this is the symmetric key. So this message is encrypted by symmetric key. That means it will be unreadable. It will be confidential. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this part, this hash value and their symmetric key, this hash value and symmetric key is encrypted by John private key. John private key. Okay. Hello.
Okay.
Okay. Now the receiver. So the receiver will receive the encrypted message, and H1 plus key symmetric. It is also encrypted by John's private key, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, after receiving this, receiver or everybody knows the public key of John. John public key. Everybody knows that because the name is public key. So everybody knows John's public key. Using John's public key, this can be recovered. H1 and key symmetric can be decrypted. That means the receiver or anybody can get H1 and symmetric key. Okay. Hello.
Okay, sir.
Now the receiver will be able to decrypt this message because he gets the he or she gets the key of for this, right? So he will get the plain text. The receiver will get the plain text of the message, right?
Yes, sir.
And can verify the hash value, that whether the message is intact or not, right?
Yes, sir.
So from the hash value, receiver can prove that okay, this is the intact message he received. Okay. Now the second thing is how the receiver will verify that okay, it was John Smith who sent the message. Okay, এটা কিভাবে সে ভেরিফাই করবে? সে তখন ক্লেম করবে, since I could decrypt your message using your public key, then it must be encrypted by your private key, right? Otherwise, using your public key, I won't be able to decrypt the H1 and key symmetric, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the way, this is the digital signature, how a receiver can be checked the intact the originality of or that authenticate the message টা ঠিক আছে কি নাই, and also authenticate the sender due to this, that if John is not the sender, the receiver will not be able to decrypt using the John's public key. Okay, hello,
Yes, sir.
any question?
No, sir.
এখানে আরো কিছু স্টেপ আছে, I just মানে explain it to you in a simplified manner. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so objectives and tools. So to achieve confidentiality or privacy, we use encryption. To achieve hashing or cipher chaining, we use data integrity. And to user integrity or user authentication or non-repudiation, we use the digital signature. And already from the explanation or discussion, you have seen that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the services on the left column, and these are the mechanisms used in parts. For example, data integrity, we can use the encipherment, we can use the digital signature, we can use the definitely the এখানে hash function, যে data integrity hash function আর কি. Okay, or for non-repudiation we use digital signature and then data integrity. For availability we use the authentication exchange, তাই না, password username দিই না, and then data integrity. Okay, so these are the service, different types of service, and the security mechanism we used or we embed or we combine in these services, okay, to implement those services. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the term cryptology. So cryptology is actually the combination of cryptography and cryptanalysis. Cryptanalysis, okay, cryptanalysis. So cryptography means that hiding or way of secret writing, okay, science of secret writing. Okay, and cryptanalysis means breaking the system or breaking the cipher, or to break a cryptographic system. That is the study or the science, okay, for breaking the ciphers, okay, or cryptographic system. মানে একটা হচ্ছে তোমার প্রোটেক্ট করা আর একটা হচ্ছে ব্রেক করা, একটা হচ্ছে প্রোটেক্ট করা, একটা হচ্ছে ব্রেক করা. সো দ্যাট ইজ দ্য ক্রিপ্টোঅ্যানালাইসিস. ব্রেক করাটা হচ্ছে ক্রিপ্টোঅ্যানালাইসিস. ওকে, and combinedly cryptography and cryptoanalysis are known as the cryptology. Okay, though it is not a very popular term, cryptology, but it is the cryptography and combination of cryptography and cryptoanalysis. Okay, জিনিসটা এরকম, ওই যে কার্ডিয়াক সার্জারি এন্ড লাইক কি বলে এটা, কার্ডিও মেডিসিন না কি বলে, কার্ডিয়াক কি মেডিসিন আছে তো একটা, ওইটা দুইটা মিলে হচ্ছে কার্ডিওলজি. ওকে, হ্যালো,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, network and system. Okay. So here you see we have the sender and receiver or recipient on both the two sides, and to be able to communicate, they need to trust a third party, as I mentioned earlier, or government organization, okay, or security organization. So it or distributor, key manager, or distributor of secret information. So that is the third party, and they need to communicate the messages, okay, secret messages over information channel, but before sending over the information channel, they secure the message, okay, they encrypt the message, okay, using some transformation, security related transformation, say key and the encryption, okay, encryption. So this transformation, they from the message they produce the secure message, which is propagated through the information channel, where you have the attackers or opponents, and also you have the the, the trusted party, okay, but opponent or attacker is also there. Then when it reaches the recipient, so the recipient receives the secure message. Then using the opposite of this transformation, say here it is the decryption and the key, the receiver produces the message, original message, okay. So this is the model of network security. Hello. So whoever the opponent gets the secure message, they should not be able to recover the meaning of the message from the secure message, okay.
Yes, sir.
The network access security model. So there is access channel where attackers are there, but there is a firewall or gatekeeper function, and behind the firewall or gatekeeper function, we have the computing resource information system, like the computing resources, processor, memory, input, output, the data, applications, the software, and internal security controls, okay, internal security controls. So there is a like separation between the communication channel and the information system, and in between them there is a firewall or the gatekeeper function to check or to control who can enter into the information system or who cannot enter, okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, totally understand.
Okay. Now security considerations. So it can be applied in the link layer, it can be applied at the transport layer, or it can be applied in the application layer, okay. Encryption and authentication functions performed by the end users. Lower speed requirement, attacker can monitor header information for sender receiver pairs, okay. So it can be in like implemented, security function can be implemented or applied at various layer. Then now like we'll be talking about like in the next slide we'll be talking about computer security, but before that let us like cyber security. That means security in the cyber space, which include computer and the network. So computer security or IP security is the protection of the computer systems from theft of or damage to their hardware, software, and electronic data, as well as from disruption or misdirection of services they provide, okay. And cybersecurity includes controlling physical access to system hardware, as well as protecting against harm that may be done via network access, malicious data, and code injection. So ধরো তুমি একটা কম্পিউটার পুরো সিকিউর করলা, but a thief can take it away, right, from that particular place, So physical security is equally important, not only network security. Okay. So if it is stolen, then it will be the services will be unavailable, right? So physical security is also very important, and that's why the data centers or the rooms where servers are located, they tend to be secured by the organizations. Okay. Due to malpractice by operators, whether intentional or accidental, IT security personnel are susceptible to being tricked into deviating from secure procedures through various methods of social engineering. We will be learning that later on. And the field of growing importance due to the increasing reliance on computer system, right? Now people are more dependent on computer system. So if the computer is down, computer networks is down, internet is down, so people cannot work anymore. Okay, the internet and wireless networks such as Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and due to the growth of smart devices, including smartphones, televisions, and the various tiny devices that constitute the Internet of Things. Okay, so it is the field of security is gaining popularity day by day, and the professional, the salary of the security professionals are rising actually rapidly. Okay, and there is a huge shortage of security professionals throughout the world, and you know that, I think. So that is the very introductory slide for, and that is the mention here, introduction to computer and network security. Okay, hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
105%.
Now let us quickly start the so I need 5 minutes to for attendance, so I will go up to 9:55. Okay, so we have 17 minutes, 22 minutes time. Okay, not bad. So now we will focus on only computer security, not the network security. Okay, so computer security. So the definition, the formal definition of computer security, but though actually it extends up to the network. So you see the protection afforded, মানে এই যে তোমার definition গুলো একটু complex হয় দেখো. The protection afforded to an automated information system, that means the computer, in order to attain the applicable objectives of preserving the integrity, availability, and these three things, CIA, integrity, availability, and confidentiality of information system resources. Okay, and that includes hardware, software, firmware, information or data, and telecommunication. Okay, so the protection afforded to an automated information system, that means the security measures or protective measures we take to the computer in order to attain applicable objectives of. Okay, the different hardware, we need one type of objective, software we need to have different types of objectives, or information and data we need to maintain other types of objectives, right? So to attain, that is the protective measures we take to attain applicable objectives of preserving the three things of that hardware, software, this and that. So what are the consequences, like if the computer system is compromised, okay, or attacked? So definitely there could be loss of data, confidential data, loss of productivity, because if it is unavailable or if it does not work, the system is corrupt, so you cannot work, or if it is clocked, or if it becomes slow, so you will lose productivity. And it could be like identity theft, it can steal your identity, compromise data integrity, your data may be garbled, changed, modified, unavailability of access to data or computer networks. You cannot access internet, or you cannot access some specific folder or disk, and your company may sue you that okay, for you we have lost this data, or even your customer can sue the company. Okay, you have, due to you I have lost, say, from your server my credit card data has been stolen, so you must pay, you must pay 1 million taka, $1 million or $100,000. Okay, so that kind of thing, lawsuits and judicial actions, and your company may fire you due to your like negligence or whatever it is. So termination of employment. Now, so these are the consequences of an attack on computer system. Now, what are the types of security attacks we have? So these are classified into 5 categories: social engineering, baiting, scareware, phishing, pretexting. So the 4 types of social engineering. Then reverse social engineering, then malicious software applications. So there are a number of malicious software applications: 10 virus, worm, Trojan horse, spyware, ransomware, adware, rogue antivirus, toolkit, cookies, and autorun worm. Okay, autorun worm. So these are the malicious. So that means these softwares are malicious or are bad, or okay. So malicious software, and then keylogger. This is also a malicious software, and distributed denial of service. Distributed denial of service. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Cryptography, sir.
Okay. So what is social engineering? Okay. So you know these things, but just to have like just to be used to with the familiar with the terminologies. So the term used for a broad range of malicious activity accomplished through human interaction. Okay, so somebody will physically approach you, will talk to you, or will give you something, will attract you, or they may communicate with you through email, through over telephone, or whatever. That means human interaction will be there, and that is called the social engineering. It uses psychological manipulation to trick user into making security mistakes and giving away sensitive information. That he may act like a very close friend, this and that. Okay, he may talk to you for a couple of days, make friendship, and then take sensitive information from you. Okay, so that type of thing. A perpetrator first investigate the intended victims to gather necessary background information. So, for example, the attacker may aim, okay, let us attack some NSU teachers. So they will then browse through the profiles of different departments, teachers, this and that, and they will select a number of targets. Okay, so they study the background information, such as the potential points of entry and which security protocols are needed to proceed with the attack. Then, after doing the background information, um, they like initiate the attack. Okay, the attacker moves to gain victims' trust, provide a stimuli for subsequent actions. মানে তাকে তুমি যাতে বিশ্বাস করো এই ধরনের কাজ করবে, that brags security practices such as revealing sensitive information or granting access to critical resources. Okay. So that is the social engine. That means the attackers will interact with you and then will behave in such a way that you will actually willingly will give them sensitive information or confidential information. So there are a couple of phases. So the first one is the investigation or study the background. Second one is the choosing the target or hooking. Okay, that means engaging the target. The play, that means you collect the information and then exit without keeping any trace so that they cannot track you back. Okay, so these are the 4 steps in social engineering. So So the first social engineering attack, the baiting, the second one is the scareware, then the pretexting, then the phishing. Okay. So what is baiting? So baiting attack use a false promise to pick, sorry, this is the PK, to PK a victim's greed or curiosity. Okay. So they lure users into a trap that steals their personal information or inflict their systems with malware. Kirokom? Say the attacker say put a pen drive in a common place, say for example in the library table where you usually sit, or say in the cafeteria or in the common room. Okay, so when you get it and you become curious, so you may have the intention of returning the USB drive to the owner, and then you attach it with your computer, then your computer will be infected by the virus or worm or whatever it is, or with malware. Okay, so that kind of thing. So at the bait has an authentic look to it, such as level presenting it as the company payroll list. Okay, something like this. So baiting scams do not necessarily have to be carried out in the physical world. The example I just gave you, that is like in physical world. Online forms of baiting consist of enticing an ad that leads to malicious sites. তুমি ক্লিক করলা, তাহলে সেটা অন্য সাইটে চলে গেল যেখানে তোমার ম্যালওয়্যার আছে, that encourage users to download malware infected application. So that is the baiting. Bait মানে কি? ওই যে আমরা মাছ ধরার সময় বড়শি দিয়ে মাছ ধরার সময় ওই যে মাছের খাবার দিই না যাতে মাছ অ্যাট্রাক্টেড হয়, so that is the baiting, right?
স্যার টোপ দেয়া, টোপ ফেলানো, কোনো কিছু
টোপ ফেলানো আর কি, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, টোপ দেয়া, হ্যাঁ। Then the scareware. So scareware involves victims being bombarded with false alarms and fictitious threat. Okay, so it will show you that okay, your computer is compromised, your computer is virus infected, this and that, so you please install this software and then clean your system. But actually that itself is a malicious software or malware. Okay, hello.
স্যার আমি একটা উদাহরণ দিই স্যার, এই যে বিকাশে যে প্রতারণাটা করতো না, এটা ছিল হলো স্ক্যারার, যে ভয় দিত যে আপনি পিন না দিলে আপনার অ্যাকাউন্ট ফোল্ড হয়ে যাবে, দেখা গেল অ্যাকাউন্টে 50,000 টাকা আছে।
That is actual example of social engineering. তারা কিভাবে কথা বলে তুমি দেখো, কিভাবে মানুষকে বোকা বানায় অথবা মানুষকে বাধ্য করে যে পিন নাম্বারটা দিতে, এমন ভাবে স্টেজ এমন ভাবে অভিনয় করে, অ্যাক্ট করে, তাই না?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, আমাকেও কয়েকবার ফোন দিছে স্যার।
That is the social engineering, that is through human interaction. Okay, যেটা বলে যে তো আপনি লটারি পেয়েছেন 5,000 টাকা, ওইটা হচ্ছে বেটিং। আর যেটাতে বলে যে আপনার অ্যাকাউন্ট ব্লক হয়ে যাবে আপনি পিন নাম্বার না বলে, দ্যাট ইজ দ্য স্ক্যারওয়্যার। ওকে
ওকে স্যার।
দেন প্রিটেক্সটিং হচ্ছে here an attacker obtains information through a series of cleverly crafted lies. যে বলে না যে আমি আফ্রিকা থেকে বলছি আমার হাজবেন্ড মারা গেছে, উনি অ্যাকাউন্টে $5 মিলিয়ন ফেলে গেছে, ওনার লাস্ট নেমের সাথে তোমার লাস্ট নেম মিলে গেছে, তুমি আমাকে উদ্ধার করো, আমি তোমাকে $5 মিলিয়ন তুমি নিয়ে যাও, আমাকে $1,000 $100,000 আমাকে দিলে হবে, রাইট? So that kind of emails nowadays, actually we don't see those kind of mail, but say 20 years ago, sorry 15 years ago or 20 years ago, we used to see this kind of emails a lot, like very frequently. Okay, but what they do, they actually collect your information and then they withdraw money from your account. Okay, so that is called the pretexting series of communication they use to to make actually harm to the users. Then the phishing is, say for example, so you got an email that your password is expired, so please change your password or reset your password by clicking on the link, and the link is say dbbl, so dbbl underscore, but inside this it is www say dbbl.com. But original Dutch Bangla account is www.dutchbanglabanklimited.com or whatever. Okay, that's a different URL. Okay, so when people click on this and they design the page of the website such exactly same as the Dutch Bangla Bank. So you log in using your valid username and password and click on the the login. So what actually they get your username and password and they go to the actual the Dutch Bangla website and then like perform operations, okay, on behalf of you. So that is called the phishing. So as one of the most popular social engineering attack type, phishing scams are email and text message campaigns aimed at creating a sense of urgency, curiosity or fear in victims. Kirokom? Okay, your password, you need to reset your password. Your password has expired. Okay, your account is blocked. So that kind of thing, okay? Then it prods them into revealing sensitive information like username, password, and clicking on links to malicious websites or opening attachments that contain malware, okay? Hello?
Understood, sir.
Okay. So these are very simple. So this is the very first class. We are just being familiar with the terminologies, okay, terms. Then spear phishing. So this is all phishing, but it is more directed to certain group of users, okay? Certain group of users, say employees of Grameenphone or teachers of North South University. That means more targeted attack, okay? Then reverse social engineering. So reverse social, so in normal regular social engineering, the attackers goes to the users or the legitimate or bona fide users, okay, or public. But in reverse engineering, they how I can say, they force the users to go to the attackers, okay. That is the dangerous thing here. Reverse social engineering is very unique form of social engineering. In most social engineering attack, the attacker goes to the victim to obtain information. But in reverse social engineering, however, the victim unwittingly goes to the attacker or are forced to go to the attackers, okay. Say for example, the attacker can make the system unreachable, or the attacker can block a folder or can encrypt a folder and then say that, okay, if you don't install this application, you cannot recover the folder or recover this and that, okay. So an attacker first damages target's equipment and then he next advertises himself as a person of authority, heavily skilled in solving that problem, okay. In these steps, he gains trust of the target and obtain access to the sensitive information, okay. Say for example, he may damage your network cable and then goes to your in your neighborhood or in your room, just like as an employee of the network department or support department. So when you ask for help, he will ask your username and password, this and that, and reveal your information, okay. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is the reverse social engineering. That means the victims are forced to go to the attackers, not the attackers do not come to the users. So how to prevent social engineering attack? So do not open emails or attachment from suspicious sources. Do not open an email and attachment. Use multi-factor authentication, right? You know what is multi-factor authentication, right? So one factor may be a username and password. Another factor may be OTP over the telephone number, right? So that could be two factor. Then be wary of tempting offers. যে আপনি লটারিতে এত জিতছেন অথবা আপনি আইফোন জিতছেন, this sort of ads we see quite often. Then keep your antivirus or anti-malware software updated. Okay, so if you have like antivirus, you must update it frequently. Okay, when it is available. Now let us go to like all the malicious applications. So the computer virus, perhaps the most well-known computer security threat. A computer virus is a program written to alter the way a computer operates without the permission or knowledge of the user. Okay. So generally, a virus is attached with a file, existing file, and then it replicates and it infects other files and executes the file. Okay. Hello.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
So a virus can self-replicate, inserting itself onto another programs or files, infecting them in the process. Not all computer viruses are destructive though. Okay. Now the worm. What is a computer worm and difference between worm and virus? So a virus has to be attached with an existing file. It does not have an independent identity, or it cannot execute independently, or it cannot be there independently. So, but a worm is a standalone program that does not require any user intervention to spread, and worms do not infect existing file. Okay, so since this is a standalone, it does not infect any existing file, but they spread copies of themselves in a state. So both virus and worm, they can replicate, but virus actually infect other files, but worms, they just replicate themselves as an individual file. But it fits the description of a computer virus in many ways. Okay, but the difference between worm and virus is that unlike viruses, which needs to be cling onto the files before they can diffuse themselves inside a computer, worm exists as a separate entities or a standalone software. You already know that. And they do not need, the worms do not need to host file or programs. And secondly, unlike viruses, worms do not alter files but reside in active memory and duplicate themselves. Okay, and they degrade the performance of the system. Now the Trojan horse malware. Okay, I think we should stop here because we have a lot of things, not a lot of. So in the very beginning of the next class, I will take one. So what I will do, so when we say in the next class, we will be in phase with the undergrad students and with you. So we will have a makeup class so that we will go with the section 1. Okay. Hello.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
So do you have any question about the course, about the outline?
স্যার আমার একটা কোশ্চেন আছে, সেটা হলো আমাদের যে বাকি দুইটা ক্লাস তো হয় নাই হলিডের কারণে,
No.
এই দুইটা কি আপনি মানে সেকশন 1 এর সাথে আমাদেরকে মেকআপ করাবেন এরকম ফ্যাক্ট?
না, এরকম করতে চাচ্ছি না। ঠিক আছে, সেকশন 1 এর সাথে করব কিভাবে, কারণ তোমাদের তো ওদের তো 3টা ক্লাস হয়ে গেছে, বুঝছো?
জি স্যার।
They are far ahead from you, so there is no like option or opportunity for that.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা স্যার, তাহলে এই দুইটা ক্লাসের স্ট্র্যাটেজি কি হবে আমাদের ক্ষেত্রে?
No, okay, from the university you will have 12 classes, there is no doubt, right? Because I have not missed any class today. I am late by 40 minutes, but I have not missed any classes. So it is according to the university calendar, you will get 12 classes. So I don't need to be worried. But to be in sync with the section 1, it would be good to have a makeup class and be close to them. Okay.
ওকে ওকে স্যার, মেকআপ ক্লাসটা কবে হবে স্যার?
But one, we need to have another class so that both you and the undergrad students we are in phase. Okay. And আমরা আগে তো sync হতে হবে inside the section, then we can plan to be in sync with the section 1. Okay.
ওকে ওকে স্যার।
স্যার,
So
এই কোর্স আউটলাইন আর এই এগুলো কি লেকচার গুলো কি আপনি অলরেডি দিয়ে দিয়েছেন আমাদের?
না, আমি এখনো মনে হয় দিই নাই, এই যে ফোন নাই,
পাইনি।
আমি সেকশন 1 এ দিয়েছি, এখানে এখনো দিই নাই। হ্যাঁ, so I will fix it, don't worry. And so generally what we will have from 7 to 8:15 or 8:30, we'll have the first part of the class, and then we'll have a 15 minutes break, and then we'll have the second part of the class. Okay, so what we actually follow in in other graduate courses. So we'll have 15 minutes break in the class, and then we'll continue like this. So let us take the attendance. Sarwar Ahmed. Sarwar, absent. Then Mahabubul Alam, absent.
Yes, sir.
স্যার সারোয়ার আহমেদ আছি স্যার।
Arafat Hussain.
Yes sir.
Akib Javed.
Present, sir.
আরাফাত হোসেন।
Then Rabul
Present, sir.
Hussain. Ullas Poddar.
Yes sir.
Atikur Rahman.
Present, sir.
Syed Nadim
Yes,
Rahman.
sir.
Ramisa Samin.
Present, sir.
Then Muhammad Jubair.
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার।
Okay. Okay then. So do you have any question or anything to discuss?
Sir, Tasbihul Hassan.
Hmm?
Present দিচ্ছিল।
স্যার সেকশন 7 এর আমরা ছিলাম।
Section
7 এর স্যার।
section 7 মানে কি? Okay, I'm not
না স্যার, সেকশন 2 স্যার।
section 2. Okay. সেকশন 2 তে কে? তাসবিহুল হাসান তো তোমার অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স দিয়েছি, তার কে?
থ্যাংক ইউ
একটু
স্যার।
সময় দিয়েছিলাম, আর কে?
স্যার এই যে ইলহাম রেজা।
তুমি আছো?
জি স্যার।
ওকে, সবাই তো তাহলে আছো। ওকে, সরি আন্ডারগ্রেড, তোমাদেরকে আমি আরেকটা ক্লাসে তোমরা ওয়েট করতেছিল। আই এম ফর টুডে অ্যাকচুয়ালি আই এম রিয়েলি সরি ফর ইউ গাইস। ওকে, বিকজ তোমরা অনেকক্ষণ ধরে ওয়েট করছিলে। আমি আসলে আমার আজকে একটা ইউজিসি তে ট্রেনিং ছিল, তো ওইখানে গিয়ে আসার পর আমি আরেকটা জায়গায় গেছি। আমি এই মানে ওইটা ক্লাস আজকে ক্যান্সেল করছি। আমি আজকে এটা যে ছিল, কালকেও আমার মনে ছিল যে আমি বিকেলে ক্লাস, তো ওইটা তো ইউজিসি থেকে এসে নিতে পারবো, কিন্তু আজকে আমি সামহাউ আই মিসড। ওকে, আমি হয়ে গেছিলাম, আরেকটা কাজে আটকে হয়ে গেছিলাম। ওকে
ওকে স্যার।